Assalamu alaikum everyone. So in today's video we are going to solve worksheets related to set notation. So the topic or the objective in today's video is that we will be able to identify and differentiate between subset and supersets and proper and improper subsets. Before we start solving this worksheet, so I want you to know okay, what is the definition between or what is the difference between these two. So the subset and the superset is basically the difference between subset and superset is that subset is a smaller set. So if a superset is like this, so a subset will be inside this set. So like for example, if we say set of alphabets, English alphabets. So English alphabets will be here, like for example O. I'm changing this O to Q. Q, P, R. They are outside. So this bigger circle is basically set of alphabets and the inner circle is, let's say, set of vowels. So there A will be there, E will be there. So then we can say that set of vowel is a subset of set of alphabet. So now the subset is basically all the elements of subset is part of superset, the outer set. So that is the concept of subset and superset. So now comes the symbols. So basically the symbol for subset is this. This is a symbol of subset and this is a symbol of superset. Just the direction is reversed. This is a symbol of superset. So you need to remember this, right? And then comes proper and improper subset. We will talk about it when the question will be there. So let's start the first question by keeping in mind this definition that this is a symbol of subset. This is a symbol of superset. Now we will logically see that which one of them are correct or which one are incorrect. So we will start with A. First part. First of all, we need to know that set A is basically 1 till 6. All the 6 elements are part of subset or part of set A. So A part says set 2, 3 is subset of A. So yes, it is true because we just said okay, all the smaller sets, or we can say if that all the elements of a set are part of the bigger set, so they are called subset of that element. So this is a true statement. So now comes B statement. B is having 7 elements. 6 elements are part of A, 7 is an extra element, and this symbol is for superset. So they are saying this set is a superset of A. So yes, that is true because A is having 6 elements and this superset is having one extra element. So A is basically a part of this set. So that's why it's also true. So next is 8 is subset of A. So this is not true. There are 2 reasons for this statement to be incorrect statement. First of all, that 8 is not in set A. Secondly, this is a wrong way of writing a set. We cannot say 8 is subset of A unless we don't use brackets. So basically the correct way of writing is like this. This does not make sense that you are saying 8 is subset. 8 is not even a set. 8 is a number. So we need to remember that also. So in place of 8, if there is, let's say, 5 written here, so even then I will say this statement is wrong because we need to have curly brackets around that 5 to be for it to be a subset of set A. So I hope this is clear. So now what I was saying earlier would be more clear from this D part. 1 is subset of A. So yes, it is true. But if these curly brackets would not be there, then I must say it is not a true statement. So now this is a set having one element and they are asking if this is a subset of A. So yes, that is a true statement. So E part is, this is a smaller set. They are asking if this is a superset of A. So no, it's not, because all the elements are not. At least this set should be having the number of elements of A, then it would be a subset. So next would be empty set is subset of A. So we have learned it several times, or if you don't know this, please remember that empty set is the first subset of any set. So yes, that is a true statement. You need to remember this. Okay, empty set is a subset of all the sets. So this is a true statement. So G part is 3 belongs to A. This symbol is basically a symbol of belongs to in set notation, and this is a symbol of does not belong to. So now by keeping this in mind, let's solve these. 3 belongs to A. Yes, 3 belongs to A. 8 belongs to A. No, 8 does not belong to A. 4 does not belong to A. No, 4 belongs to A, so that's wrong. 1 does not belong to A, so this is also a wrong statement. Right? So I hope this concept is clear. So moving on to next question. All right. So next question is that you need to write down all the subsets of these sets. All right. So before we start this question, we need to remember that the formula of all the possible subsets, like how many subsets of one set is possible. So all the possible subsets are, basically we use a formula for that, and that is called 2 raised to power n. Possible subsets are 2 raised to power n, where n are the number of elements. What is n here? Number of elements in set. For example, if they are asking you to find possible number of subsets of this set PQ, so there are 2 elements, so we will do 2 raised to power 2. So let's solve it. So in the first part, there is only one element, so it would be 2 raised to power 1. It means that only 2 subsets are possible. So we just discussed that empty subset is a subset of all the sets. So first subset of this set is empty set, and the second is set itself. These are the only possible subsets. So now comes the B part. There are 2 elements, it means 2 raised to power 2. We need 4 subsets here. So now we need to write down 4 different subsets. First is an empty set, because empty set is a subset of all the elements. Second is only P we can write down. So let's write down singleton sets. So just P, then just Q, and then lastly the set itself, P and Q. So next is set C. Set C is a set with 3 elements, so you need to find the possible number of subsets. So 2 raised to power 3 is 8. So now let's write down the 8 subsets. First would be empty set. Second would be, the singleton sets, 1, then 3, then 5. So now we are done with the singleton sets. Now we can make pairs of 2. Let's say 1, 3. 1 is combined with 3. Then 1 is combined with 5. And lastly 1, 3 and 5. So you should know this also. In set, order of elements does not matter. If I am writing 1, 3, it is same as 3, 1 also. So 1, 5 is same as 5, 1. 3, 5 is same as 5, 3. So we cannot write it again. So right now we have, how many sets we have written? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 8th set is the set itself. So we can write it down 1, 3 and 5. So lastly they have written empty set. So empty set is, empty. So it would be 2 raised to power 0. No element in the set. And we know this from indices that it is equal to 1. So the only subset would be empty set itself. Alright. So moving on to question number 3. Question number 3 is we need to use these two symbols to fill in the blanks. This symbol is for subset and this symbol is not a subset. So let's start with first part. A 1, 2, 3 is subset or not a subset of 1, 3, 5. So for a subset, all the elements should be in the other set. So 1 is there, yes, 3 is there, but 2 is missing. So that's why this is not a subset. Alright. So this set is not a subset of this set. So empty set. So you know empty set is a subset of all the subsets. So this symbol will be used. Now this is very interesting. This is written in set notation form x such that x is rectangle in the plane. So all the rectangles are there in this set. And in this set all the quadrilaterals are there. So a rectangle is a quadrilateral and the quadrilaterals have many other types like square is there, rhombus is there. So it means that the first set is a subset of second set. So that is the symbol we will use. Part D. Part D is that x is a prime number and on the other side x is a composite number. We know a prime number in maths, a number can either be a prime number or a composite number. They cannot be both. So it means that this is not a subset. Alright. Lastly, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So again, not a subset because this 5 is not there in the superset. So this is not fulfilling the definition. Alright. So I hope these things are clear to you. If there is any question, you can ask in the comments also. Alright, let's start solving this second worksheet for the same topic. This is describe and perform operations on set. So there are 4 basic operations we are going to do: union, intersection, difference, and complement. So in the first question, we need to find union of the two sets. So remember that union means all elements. So if I am going to write down A union B, so it means I am going to write down all the elements of set A as well as set B. And the elements which are coming in the both sets, they will be written only once. So 1 is there in B, I will write down 1. 2 is in both sets, so it will come once. 3 will come, 4 and 6 will come. So you need to remember this, that union is basically, union means all elements of both sets, but the repeating elements will come only once, because the definition of set is that set is a collection of well-defined and distinct. So you need to remember these keywords. What is a set? Set is a collection of well-defined and distinct elements. So we discussed it earlier also maybe, but if you don't know, distinct means no repetition. Well-defined means that the meaning should be a fact. It should not be an opinion. Like for example, if it is set of prime numbers, so it's a fact that 1 is not a prime number. Everybody is clear about it. So 2 is a prime number. We all know that. But if a set is like the favorite movies of 2025, so that is not a well-defined set, because favorite movie is an opinion-based answer. The favorite movie that is in my mind would not be same as in any other person's mind. So that is not well defined. So you need to remember that set is a collection of objects which are well defined and distinct. So that's why when we are taking union, we are not writing 2 twice, because that will not be meeting this definition of set, that is it should be having distinct elements. So P and Q is there, so you need to find P union Q. So P union Q would be, so A is coming in both set, it will be written once, then B, then C, then E, D, I, O, U. So it's not mandatory to write set in order, but it's a good habit, that you are writing them in order. Achha, this is very interesting that this is set notation form. So first of all, we need to understand what are the elements of X and Y. So we can see that set Y is very clearly written, that Y is containing X, and X is even number less than 10. So it means if I write elements of Y, so elements of Y would be 2, 4, 6, 8. These are the elements of Y. So 0 can also be written in some of the cases, So now what are the elements of X? So can you see here, X is basically N. N belongs to natural numbers. X is equal to 2N and N is less than 4. So N is less than 4, and the elements which are written here, less than 4 means that N is either 1 or 2 or 3. So but X is not N. X is basically 2N. So it will be, if N is 1, so X would be 2. If N is 2, X would be 4. If N is 3, X would be 6. So these are the elements of set X. So now if we can write it down, what is X union Y? So you can see that basically in this question, X is a subset of Y. So basically the answer is set Y, all the elements of set Y. So answer would be 2, 4, 6 and 8. So D part is again a question with this kind of where the sets are written in set notation form. So let's quickly discuss that, So X is a natural number and a multiple of 3. So M is that X is a natural number and a multiple of 3. So natural number, so first multiple is 3 itself, then 6, then 9, then 12, then 15, then 18, then 21, and then so on. So basically if you look carefully, M is basically an infinite set. Okay? So N is basically X such that X is a prime number less than 19. So we need to write down all the prime numbers less than 19. First prime number is 2, then 3, then 5, then 7. 9 is not a prime number, then 11, then 13. 15 is not a prime number, then 17. 19 will not come because it is less than 19. So now if I write down M union N, so M union N will be 2, 3, 5, then after 5, 7 is there, then 9 is coming from the above set, from set M, then 11 is there, 11 is there, then 12 is also there, 13 is there, 15 is there, 17 is there, and so on. You can write down like this. So all the set M is infinite, but N is finite set. So taking union would be like this, that I need to show I need to clear my concept to the one who's checking, So moving on to E part, X is integer. So now the inequality is used. X is integer minus 3. X is between 3, or you can say X is less than 3 and X is bigger than minus 3. It means that D would be having minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1 and 2. These are the elements of set D. Now comes E set. E is X is a factor of 8. So factors are written in pairs, 1 and 8, 2 and 4. These are the factors of 8. So now if I write down D union E, so then minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 4 and 8 will come. So remember that the elements that are in both sets will come once. Alright, so then come the F part. Let's write down elements of set G. X belongs to n, means natural numbers, and x is less than 7, so it means we natural numbers start with 1. So 1 2 3 4 5 and 6 are the elements of set G. Now let's write down elements of set H. So H belongs to X belongs to Z. Z is basically integers, and this time -2 is also included. -1 is there, 0 is there, then 1 2 and 3 is there, because 3 there is an equal sign also. X is less than and equal to 3, that's why 3 is also inclusive. If I write down G union H, so the smallest number is -2, then -1, then 0, then 1 2 3, then 4 5 and 6. Right? So moving on to the next part of the question, find the intersection. So you need to remember that intersection means common elements, the only elements which are coming in both sets. Right? So in the first one, A and B, so let's see what is common. 1 is not here, 4 is not here, 9. So A intersection B is, so only 9. So just the common element you are going to write down. 9 is coming in both sets, right? So moving on to the next question. Next part. Let me scroll down. All right. So next question is C and D. So C is PQRS, D is AB. So what would be C intersection D? So C intersection D is an empty set. Empty set is either written like this or like this. There is no common elements. So if I say this is basically overlapping, you can say overlapping Venn diagram if we draw of these sets. So this is overlapping Venn diagram where the two sets are having some common elements. But if we draw Venn diagram for B part, so basically the two sets are there, set C and D, but there are no common elements. They are not even overlapping. So these are called disjoint sets. Alright. So now let's write down this. This is set notation form. So first of all, I will write down elements so that I have an idea if they are there common elements or not. So basically, x is n. X is less than 3. N is less than 3, meaning by n is 1 and 2. So x is 3n. So when n is 1, x would be 3. When n is 2, x would be 6. These are the elements of P. Now let's write down Q. Q belongs to n and Q is less than 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So in this case, the P intersection Q is 3, 6, or you can say 3, 6 is basically set P. So this is equal to set P. So now if you see, P is a subset of Q. So the formation is like this, that P is inside Q. If this is set P, so this outer one is set Q. I hope these three different types of Venn diagrams are clear to you. So moving on to the next question. Let's write down elements first. X is basically letter of the word loyal. So loyal elements would be L, O, Y and A. So now the last L will not come again because L is already part of this set. So now the elements Y, F, L, O, W, all the four elements, because they are distinct elements. What is X intersection Y? So L is there, in both sets, O is there in both sets, and the rest are. So this is which formation? This is overlapping. You can see some elements are common, but the both sets are having their own elements also. This formation is called overlapping formation. So now comes the last part, G set. So G is basically n2. I believe this is n square. So x is n square. N belongs to, so basically if n is 1, so x would be 1. If n is 2, so x would be 2 square, so it would be 4. If n is 3, so 3 square, it's 9. If n is 4, 4 square, it would be 16, and so on. It's infinite set again. So these are the elements. So now if I write elements of set H, so let's see. H is basically 4n, where n belongs to W. W means 0 is also part of the set, and n is less than 5. So if n is 0, so x would be 0. If n is 1, x would be 4. If n is 2, x would be 4 2s are 8. If n is 4, x should be 16. Sorry, 3 is, I have missed 3. If n is 3, so 4 3s are 12. If n is 4, so 4 4s are 16. These are the elements of H. So now I can write down the common elements. So although this is a finite set and this is infinite, sorry, this is finite set and this is infinite, but the intersection will become a finite set. So because they are because this H is limited set, so that is making the answer a limited value. So you can say 4 is there in both, then 16 is there. This is also overlapping set formation, right? All right, moving on to question, next question. Next question is very easy, P union Q. So the 4 sets are given. P union Q would be 1, 2, 3 and 4. So remember the common elements coming once and the non-common are coming also. P union R. So P union R. P is 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3 will come. And then R is 3. 3 is coming already. 3 is already there. So we will not write 3. So this is the answer. Q union R. So Q is having 2, 3, 4. So we will write down 2, 3, 4 because Q set will be coming. And then R is containing 3, 4, 5. So 3, 4 is already there. Only 5 would come. Q union S. So Q is basically 2, 3, 4. And S is 4, 5, 6. So 4 is already there. 5 and 6 will come. This is how you are going to solve. So next question is that A, B, C, D sets are given. We need to take difference. So this is very interesting. When we take difference of two sets, so basically we are going to write down the elements of set A which are not in set B. So I am going to write down first set A, B, C, D. So you need to remember we are subtracting from set A. So answer contains the elements of set A. B is B, C, D, E. So now the all elements of B which are in A, they will be cancelled like this. B, C, D, they are all gone. So answer is only element A. So this E will not come. Why? Because this is not in set A. So you need to remember that. That's it. B is like a filter. So the elements of set A which are there in set B, they will be stopped on the filter. But the remaining element which is not on the filter will go through it and will reach in the answer set. Alright. So now B minus C. So keeping this in mind, so now B set is B, C, D and E. And set C is basically C, D, E and F. So now C, D is cancelled. E is also gone. So the answer would be only B, because that is the only element left in the first set. So C minus D. C is C, D, E and F. And we are taking out D. So D is D, E, F and G. So basically D, E, F is cancelled from this set. So we are only left with C. So this is the answer. So now this is very interesting. D minus A. D is basically D, E, F and G. And A is basically A, B, C, D. So now the filter is only having D. So this D will be gone. The rest of the three elements are not in the filter. So they will come in the answer. E, F and G. Right? I hope this is clear. This is making sense. So keeping this definition in the mind, oh, we are still having more. Let's solve these questions also. It's like a practice of the same concept. Now comes B minus A. So B is basically B, C, D and E, and A is getting subtracted. So A, B, C, D. So this time you can see B will be gone, C will be gone, D will be gone, and the answer would be only E. So C minus B would be C minus B, C, D, E, F, and you are subtracting B from here. So B, C, D, E. So B, C, D, C, D, E is gone. So the answer is only having F. So now D minus C. D is D, E, F, G, and we are taking out C. So C, D, E, F is a filter kind of thing. So C, D is cancelled, E is cancelled, F is cancelled. The answer contains only G. So now A minus D. A is A, B, C, D, and D is D, E, F, G. So then again, no, only D is cancelled. D is stopped at the filter. So answer would be A, B, C. Right? So I hope this difference is clear to you. Alright, next is basically this question. So this is containing complement. So complement sign, first of all, you should know that in maths we can write down complement in two ways. So sometimes students get confused. So one is this way, A complement can be written like this, or it can be written like this also, A with a C on the top. So you need to remember the different way of writing a complement. So first of all, we need to find A complement. So this is very interesting. A complement is universal set minus A. So complement is also a difference, but the difference is difference between sets, and complement is difference from universal set. So universal set is already written 1 till 10, and A is this. So these elements would be gone, and the rest of the elements of universal set will come. So 1 is gone, 2 is gone, 3 will come in the answer, 4 is gone, 5 will come in the answer, 6 is gone, 7, then 8 is gone, 9 and 10 is also gone. So this is very interesting. 10 elements minus 6 elements, and the answer is 4 elements. So now B complement is universal set minus B. The universal set is having 10 elements. So B is having 6 elements. Those 6 will be gone, and the remaining elements will come in the answer. So 2 will come, 3, 4 will come, then 6 will come, then 7, 8, 9 will not come, and 10 will come. So these are the 4 elements of B complement. So now comes A complement union B complement. We are already having the 2 answers. So the answer would be, this answer would be A complement union B complement. So 2 will come, 3 will come, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 and 10. There are no repeating elements. So then what is A complement intersection B complement? There is no repetition, so it's empty set, right? So now A union B complement. So this is A union B. No, we need to find out what is A union B. So let me write down A union B first. A union B is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my god. So if you look closely, A union B is basically universal set. So now if I subtract it from U, so A union B is already a universal set. The answer would be empty set because all the 10 elements will be subtracted, right? So I hope this concept, the different operations we have done on set is clear. So do more practice of these through the questions from book. So I hope this video was helpful. Thank you everyone. Take care. Allah Hafiz.